everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing American Horror Story Season 5 Hotel Episode 11. So we start off with Elizabeth and Iris sashaying down the hall so they can kill Countess. They bust in the room, just the guns ablazing, looking like neither one of them has ever shot a gun in their whole entire existence of life. And Iris notices that, hey, Donovan got here because he didn't thought it was a good idea. Let me leap in front of, Countess so I can save her from the bullets. So Iris was like, oh snap, stop shooting. Donovan is hit, but he's like, look here, girl, our sole purpose was to, take out Countess. Donovan, he just collateral damage right now. But she's like, no, that's my baby. So that's like, all right, let's go tend to him. Why are they, tending to making sure Donovan's all right? Countess, she done slid her way on out of there to safety. He's like, you know what, Mom, get me about this hotel because I cannot die in here with the rest of the 11 million lovers she got in here. So just take me out on the street. So they didn't drug his tail out on the street. People just walking by like not even noticing, hey, this dude is bleeding, and they just dragged him outside. People just walking by like, oh, this is a normal day. So he's like, I love you, Mom. And she's like, oh my goodness, my baby. But I was like, they should have planned differently. They should have known that, hey, who is in the room, what locations. I know they kind of, new to this thing, but, they said that we need to get her out and get her out now because we don't know when she's going to come for us. But in the process of them trying to kill the Countess, Donovan ended up getting killed. So we have Countess coming to in basement where they keep all the dead bodies at, with Sally sewing her up. And, like, Sally's just sitting here sewing her up like this is an everyday occurrence at the Hotel Cortez. So she's like, look here, Countess, I'm not doing this because I like you. I'm going to need something for you. Then she's going on and tell her because, Sally got abandonment issues. So, she ain't really too much for, another person in her life just walking out on her or dying or what have you. So she goes on to tell how she was like writing music for some music group and she was so in fear of, them leaving that she then, like, after a drug-filled night, she sold both dude and woman to herself, but they end up dying. And since she's such a good knowing how sewing people up together, like, she was sitting there stuck like Chuck for like 3 days. Miss Evers came in and like, I would help you, but I'm all about cleaning up dead bodies and all that stuff, so I'm gonna let y'all sit in there and let them not marinate, but let them decompose real good so I had something to clean up. But sadly, after being tortured by dude to be coming out of the mattresses sewed up, he ain't really got no face, man. That dude, she was like, bump this, he is not finna torture me not another second. So she, like I told y'all, she was holding her to these two bodies are real good, so she can't really like do anything. So like with all strength, she like breaks free from being sewed up in a few days, and then she was like, you know what, I'm gonna need some help out of you. I need you to get John back to this hotel so I can kill him so we can live in this hotel for all eternity. She was like, you know what, I can probably do that, but I need some blood right now. I need you to go get Donovan. I need my blood. I don't need anybody else's blood. I need blood that was my blood. She's like, I can't really do that because Donovan, he just died. It's sad and all, but it was very beautiful that he died. But Countess like, not another person, like, I already just killed Will Drake. I didn't really love him, but whatever, we was together. Valentino, I done got him back after 90 years, and now he's dead, and now Donovan's dead. It's like, okay, what am I gonna do with my life? So we got John and Alex. They done picked up Scarlett from where she been at these last few weeks. They been MIA, and they bring her and Holden home, and they just acting like, okay, we back to normal. Family's back here. Everything's cool. I'm like, really? We just gonna pick up where we left off like 5 years ago when Holden disappeared? But Scarlett, being Scarlett, she's like, how are we gonna explain this? Because Holden is my older brother and he's still looking like a baby. Like, how are we gonna explain this to Grandma? Grandma gonna have questions like, how are we gonna explain this to neighbors? I'm pretty sure Holden, well, maybe Holden ain't gonna want to go outside because he ain't really been outside since he been at the Hotel Cortez. He been stuck in that room with video games, looking all sickly and paley and all that good stuff. And it's like, okay, what we gonna do, Mommy? Are you gonna haul off and want to just bite on me and just suck me dry? But Daddy's like, you know what, I got a plan, everything gonna be cool. But she's like, I don't really trust y'all plan, because clearly y'all don't have it together. Y'all done left me wherever I was for weeks on end. I tried to tell y'all Holden was alive, y'all didn't believe me, and look, here he is alive. Y'all over here being vampires and trying to act like everything's normal. I know things ain't right, and I'm pretty sure some other folks gonna realize there ain't nothing right going over in this house. So how we gonna get this together? This is where Scarlett is at, and I'm like, I'm glad somebody's asking questions. Like, how we gonna explain this? Holden been gone 5 years, and now he's back, and he ain't aged, and he looking all sickly, looking all dressed like he's Eddie Munster. How we gonna explain this? How we gonna explain Mommy ain't been to work? Like, has she called in to work? Did she quit? Is he still at the police station? Because, like, clearly, like, he was in the mental hospital. That little vampire girl ended up dying. Didn't they connect those two together? Are people looking for him? I'm like, what's going on? Like, people not wondering why, like, you was in this room with your partner and he ended up dead and you not, and you just disappeared. Like, there is too many people who have died right by him for the police not to be looking for him. So I'm trying to figure out, like, are the police just, like, not on that game, or they just not suspecting him, or realizing, oh yeah, he wasn't there, so that couldn't be him? Like, I need answers to this, because this is just not making sense. Since the Countess isn't healing the way she's supposed to, Sheldon got her a dialysis machine and two of the little vampire children so Countess can feed. But she doesn't want to feed off of them because that'll kill them. But Sally's like, look here, if you die, what you think gonna happen to your vampire children? Elizabeth and Iris is gonna sweep these children clean out this existence. So I'm gonna need you to drink this blood so I can fulfill my plan of getting John back to this hotel so I can kill his tail. So I'm gonna need you to get this blood together. These children over here looking extra creepy, like, it's okay, Mommy, we wanna help. It was like so extra creepy, but she's like, oh my baby, you gonna do this for me? I'm like, maybe these kids like, you know what, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of doggone getting trained just for you. You already taking my blood every day anyway, so you might as well just take me out this life. Like, even though they children, I'm pretty sure they done been there for a good little minute to know, like, I still have I'm still like a child's body, but I have a grown person's mind, and I'm tired of doing this. Like, you taking my blood a few times a day anyway, you might as well take the rest of them, take me out this existence. But Sally's like, okay, I'm gonna need you to get this together, because I didn't save your tail for a reason, and in order to get what I want, I need you to do this right here. So since Elizabeth and Iris' first attempt at killing the Countess didn't work, that's like, okay, we need to pull out the big guns. Let's go ahead and free Ramona Royale from out this dungeon right here. So they then went to that little area where the blocked off area with that doggone steel door. And they're like, they go and it's like, okay, hold up, where did this little boy come from? Because clearly he shouldn't be in here. Then they found all the children, like the vampire crew children, the measles vampire crew children. Yeah, they found all them. Like, okay, yeah, something. There go Bill Drake over there. There's another child. I was like, okay, what really went on here? Did they like went to the room where she should have been at? That's like, oh snap, she's gone. Run. So she's like, y'all ain't going nowhere. Don't be putting that gun or that flashlight at me. She already ready to kill Iris. Where I was like, Iris wasn't responsible for her getting knocked out. Iris was on the plan of, okay, we're going to take Countess out. It was Donovan's old retarded tail that went over there and was like, okay, Countess loves me again, so let me just do this to Ramona Royale. She was like, look here, we all want to kill the Countess, so we need your help. But she was like, I need some blood. I don't want them that little children blood that y'all got for Countess. I need a human body so I can kill, so I can get the strength. Meanwhile, they're like, okay, what we gonna do? We just can't just get some old random off the street. So who else walks in? It's Queenie from the Coven. So she's coming to Los Angeles because she want to be on her Prices Right. And it's like, oh girl, I hope you do good. She's like, girl, my ticket is enchanted. My Supreme already did this. But I would think that, like, if people know that she is a witch, that they wouldn't let her on certain, game shows because she could have did her little witchcraft and won. But whatever, Elizabeth's like, girl, I've got to see you all on CNN and everywhere. Girl, I hope you do good. Then they think, Iris is over here looking like, oh, you a witch. So you got that good blood. All right, girl. Elizabeth, go ahead and get that girl her room ready. So Queenie goes up to her room and she's like, somebody's room ain't right. This just got bad juju all over it. That's like, oh, that's just the last tenant. She looking like, last tenant, my foot, something ain't right. So you should have used those instincts and exit stage left. But oh no, she doesn't do that. She goes into the bathroom and Ramona just leaps out of nowhere. It's like, yeah, my fresh meat. So she goes to cut Queenie. Now, if y'all remember, Queenie, she was on the Coven. And Queenie is a human voodoo doll. So whatever you do to her, it happens to you. If she cut her arm, your arm get cut. So Ramona Royale goes to cut her. She's like, oh snap, I got cut. Like, what's wrong? She's like, girl, I'm a human voodoo doll. So she keep on trying to cut her. She's like, ooh, you got that witch's blood. I need that. She's like, girl, I am nobody's protein shake. You need to get on. So they get to fight and tussling, and Queenie's like, girl, you must not know about me. Whatever, you can't hurt me. But I guess James Patrick Martin's like, but I can. I'm a ghost. So he goes to stab her. He's like, who are you? He's like, we have a common enemy. So after you get done drinking that good witch blood, which it was kind of a waste that, we had to kill her. But I need you to get your extra strength powers on because I need you to kill Countess. And I was like, that was messed up. Queenie was on this episode for like all of 5 minutes. But I was like, if they ever did try to reboot the Coven, which that was like my favorite season. Like, they can't even bring Queenie back unless this was like the after. If they would, I know this ain't got nothing to do with this episode, but if they would to bring the Coven back, I guess they could make that the last scene for Queenie. But anyways, Ramona Royale, she's like, yeah, I got this good blood on me. And James Patrick Martin was like, okay, now that you done got your little fill of witch blood, I need you to kill the Countess, and I can't let her know. You can't let her know that I was behind this. All right, we could. All right, shake on it. All right. So John comes home after finding a good, blood donor, I guess you can say, for his family. Like, he didn't found some random guys. Like, okay, look here. Have you done drugs in the last 24 to 48 hours? Okay, good. I'ma just need to knock you out real quick and get some of your blood. So he comes home after getting blood. Getting blood for Alex and Holden, and like nobody at home, and he sees a hotel key for the COUNTESS. Now, why he thought he can just take Alex and Holden and just leave the hotel and nobody gonna come looking for him is beyond me. Because you done already made basically a deal with the devil, aka James Patrick March, to do these 10 commandment killings. And then on top of that, you would have known that the Countess was gonna be looking for Holden because that's one of her vampire children. I don't know why they didn't go stay at a hotel, leave town, do something. No, we just gonna go back to our house, like where they know where we live at. They can look and Google us, look in the yellow pages, all that stuff. So he's like, ugh. So he goes back to the hotel, and Sally's there. She's like, you gotta finish off this little list for James Patrick Martin. I don't know what you was thinking. He's like, where my family at? And she's like, oh, you can get your family when she's done. So meanwhile, we got Ramona Royale going to see the Countess, and the Countess like, ooh, your blood smells good. Your blood smells like this. They do this whole thing, and like, as much as Ramona Royale was like saying that she wanted to kill the Countess, she did not go in there and kill the Countess. She didn't talk like, oh, I didn't hate you so much. I had all this time to think about how I would have killed you. And she's like, you know what? The Countess was like, everybody that comes close to me ends up doggone dying, and it could be you too. So let me just take my old little baby Bartholomew. Which, like, who been taking care of Bartholomew? Like, where he at? Like, let me take Bartholomew and we can just leave and like be on our merry way. So there's like, just let me do that. So I guess she thought she was in the clear. So she carries her tail off and got her good, look like one of them Victorian era. No, it wasn't Victorian, like one of them back in the day dresses, all poofy. So she did take her stuff and she's finna go ahead and leave. Yeah, that wasn't finna happen. We got John sitting there with a gun and blew her away. Took her head over there to the James Patrick Mark to put her head in the jar. I was like, all right, I done finished my deal. Sally was like, okay, now it's time for me to kill you. But John was like, James Patrick Mark was like, you can't be killing my boy. I need some more stuff. I need him to do some more stuff. But John was like, nah, boo, we done. I'm not killing no more. Just tell me where my family is and I can leave. So this is the end of the scene. We have James Patrick Marks. He's like, okay, he's happy because now the Countess is dead and she is dead and she can never leave the hotel. Like, he's like, okay, Miss Evers, and you know how your first experience when you first found out you was dead and you was a ghost, so we gonna make this very special for the Countess. So the Countess come in, she's like, I don't feel anything, this is weird. He's like, okay, my love, just sit down, everything's gonna be alright. He's like, I even loved you when you turned me in. This is when we find out that it wasn't the Countess that turned James Patrick Markey in like almost 100 years ago. It was Miss Evers. She was mad that he was with the Countess, and she couldn't stand the Countess because she wanted to be with him. And she's like, you know what? You banished from my existence. Don't even come near me. She's like, that's good, because I'm tired of taking care of that whore of yours anyway. Just, I'm out, deuces. And like, he's sitting there like, okay, love, now we can be together forever. And she's just looking like, I'm just stuck here with you for all of eternity. Like, only thing that I have to look forward to is Bartholomew, and he is ugly as all get out, but that's still my baby. Like, that's what I got out of it. So that was the gist of it on it. If I left anything out, by all means leave a comment or video response. And like always, I don't thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.